들어가. 저리 들어가.
Maybe I'm not the one that you've been dreaming of, but dirt underneath my fingernails and worn out shoes. I never thought that I would fall for someone like you, an uptown girl without a single care in the whole wide world. But I don't wanna run away from you, 'cause baby I am done hiding my love for you. So please won't you run away with me, 'cause you can't control who you fall for. No. When the world is asleep, then we can meet. A secret life that we share with the stars and the moonlight. And when the morning comes with a brand new day, then we have to pretend that we don't know each other. But I don't wanna run away from you, 'cause baby I am done hiding my
coffee with me. But if you could be the one I need more, so what am I waiting for? Someday I will see more than just your beauty. Someday I will be starring in your movie. Someday you will be drinking your coffee with me. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you